everybody, my name's Angelina Michelle. I'm 17 years old and I'm here to talk about things that probably should not be as important to me as they are, but I'm gonna talk about them anyways. For today's video, I decided I wanted to do an updated vinyl haul because my last one was almost a year ago, which is crazy. I know by the end of this year, I'll probably even be doing another one because I feel like there's gonna be a lot more vinyl that I'm gonna get, and so I just want to keep you guys updated on what I have. So what I'm gonna do, I'm also just gonna go through my whole entire collection and I'll just point out the stuff that's new. If you have not seen my other vinyl collection videos, make sure you check those out. I'll put them right here, and then I'll also put them in the description so you know that you can just click on those and you can see exactly what I had beforehand and what is new now. Everything's in alphabetical order, but I'm just gonna point out what I have right here, which is Brand New Eyes, and that's Paramore. If you do not know, that's my favorite Paramore album. I love the album so much. It's so good. I love every single song on there. Let's just go ahead and get right into the collection, and let's start with the A's. This is one of my new ones. I did an unboxing video of this, so if you want to see that unboxing video, just go ahead and check that out. I'll put that right here as well. I have the Aaliyah collection. I ordered this off of Blackground Records website about a year ago, and it took it quite a while for it to actually get here, but it finally came, and I'm just gonna show you guys what the inside looks like. Again, I did a whole vinyl collection where I went more in depth, a whole vinyl review, so where I went more in depth about this album right here. So if you want to see that, just go ahead and click that for me. But here, this is what the inside looks like. Let me show you the other side. Open that up for ya. It literally is so amazing. I absolutely love Aaliyah, so being able to finally get this was absolutely wonderful. It has all of her hits on here. Every single hit that you can think of from each album is on here. I highly recommend you go buy this one. I know a lot of people also got, her self-titled album and One in a Million, but I wanted to get all of the good hits right here, and that's exactly what I did. I have Miss Adele here, 30. I got this for Christmas actually last year, and I love this album so much. This album, I don't listen to it as often because it makes me cry. Not only because, it's an actually sad album, but raw talent genuinely makes me want to sob, and I get chills, whenever I hear some good music and some good singing, and that's exactly what this album does for me. So I cannot listen to it all the time or I will collapse every single time I listen to it, and I just don't have time for that. This album is literally everywhere. Like, if you go to Target, you will see stacks and stacks and stacks of this album. So if you want it, just literally go to your local Target and it'll be there. Go to Walmart and it'll be there. Like, I promise you. Going on to my little mini artist collection, I have Ariana Grande. I love Ariana so much. I still need to get her earlier albums because I do not have those in vinyl yet because they are literally so hard to find. But I do have Sweetener, which I ordered this off of her Ariana website when they was restocked on there. I'm not sure if it's restocked again. Make sure you go check that out so you can copy one. It did take it a little minute to get here. Well, not even a little minute. It took it a while to get here, but finally it's here. And it's so beautiful inside. I really wish I could have got the peach colored pressing, but I did just get the standard black. The peach colored pressing was out of stock. Every time they restock it, it gets sold out so fast because everybody wants that one. We have Thank You Next, her iconic album that should have won a Grammy, but don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. I love Billie. I'm not gonna get started. I'm not gonna get started. This album is great. Every song on here is a bop. It's amazing. This was one of the first ever vinyls that I got in my collection anyways, so this album means a lot to me. The latest Positions album, I love this album so much. When it first came out, I listened to it immediately. Me and my friend did live reactions on Instagram where we sending each other videos. This album is so good. It's so underrated. A lot of people hate on it for some reason. They need to get their priorities straight because this album is literally great. It cannot be beat. Again, I love this album so much. I wish that they put more attention and effort into the vinyl pressing itself and to even the packaging, because for this great album, first of all, it doesn't even open like the other two do. It does not open, and it's just you pull it out and here's just the standard pressing. It's a kind of like a sea foam green type of color. I just wish they put more time and effort into the actual pressing and the packaging. Moving into the B's, we have Lemonade by Beyonce. This was the most I paid for a vinyl so far. Like, just one. Because I have bought multiple at one time, but for just one, This was $40. And do I regret that purchase? I do not. I do not. But it also comes with this booklet. It's a photo book with a whole bunch of different pictures and such. So again, highly recommend you buy this. This is one purchase that I do not regret making because I listen to this album very, very often. So this album is always getting spun, it's always getting used. So this was not a waste of money at all. Next in the B's, we have Billie Eilish. This is Don't Smile at Me. Now, I used to be a huge Billie fan. Like 2017, 2018, 2019, you could not tell me nothing. I love Billie so much. She was just, woo, I loved her. Next, we have Grammy-winning album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? When this album dropped, I remember listening to it for the first time, and I love this album so much. I still do. While I don't listen to it as much as I used to, every song on there still is so good, lyrically, sonically, just everything about it is amazing. They have all of the lyrics to every single song, and then I think this was a clear pressing, I do remember, and it's the glow in the dark one as well. Somebody told me that on the first ever vinyl collection I did. And lastly, for my Billie collection, I have Happier Than Ever. This album really was underrated. I feel like a lot of people, this was like also going, like when she was getting canceled on TikTok for a while, so you know, it came out in a real bad time for her. Real bad time. But this album was really good. Like, there's like, I listened to the first half of the album more than I listened to the second half of the album because Billie Bossa Nova, Oxytocin, Goldwing, Haley's Comet. Let's go on to the C's. We have Cigarettes After Sex. I love this album so much. This album is my favorite from them. I feel like Each Time You Fall in Love, Apocalypse, which is the one that's like one of their most popular, Flash and Sweet, they have my heart. I love those songs so much. I highly recommend you listen to them if you have not. They're a really chill band. So again, truly feel, if you like chill, laid back music, kind of like mellow vibes, you should give it a listen. Then we have Conan Gray Sunset Season. I got this and I have not listened to it. I've listened to it once since I bought it. But I do like having it in my collection just in case I do want to listen to, you know, Crush Culture or Generation Y, you know. But for the most part, I do not listen to this as much as I probably should because I do like Conan Gray. But yeah, moving on to the D's, the only artist that I have, can you guess who it is? It is Miss Doja Cat. I love Doja so much. Me and Doja are like this, okay? Don't know if you know that. Me and her like this. Like, that's my homegirl for real. I have Freak by Doja. This is a single. I got this off Urban Outfitters, and it is a yellow pressing, and I love this song. It is just a single. Next, I have Hot Pink, which is her second album, because the first was EP, which was Purr, and then it was Amala, and now it was Hot Pink. This album is delicious. This album is great. Got this off of Urban Outfitters as well. It is a pink pressing, and I love every single song on here. Doja don't miss for real, so highly recommend you copy one of these if you have not already. And then lastly, we have the masterpiece of an album that is still making impact and has songs still charting to this day, a year later. We have Planet Her by Doja. Love this album so much. Let me show y'all the inside. Delicious. Next, we have Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is what I got from a local record shop. Here's the inside. J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I love this album so much. This is probably my favorite J. Cole album. Every song on here is a banger. My sister loves J. Cole. She's seen him in concert a few times. So she's the one who really put me on to J. Cole because I used to grow up, you know, she'd be listening to him. The first song that we ever heard was Workout. And then after that, you know, we just fell into the rabbit hole. Moving on to the K's, we have Kehlani, You Should Be Here. My sister listened to this album. She's the one who introduced it to me. My sister really introduced me to a lot of the music that I listen to now because, you know, she was a teenager growing up, you know, in the like 2010s, 2012, and I was, you know, her little sister. And so every single time she had music playing, I'd be listening to it too. We had Xfinity. We would put it on the, what's it called? Music Choice. And we'd be listening to a whole bunch of music. So that's where I got a lot of the music that I listened to from. And then we have Kehlani's other album here. I love this album so much. It is so, so good. But I feel like Toxic, Serial Lover, and what else? I'm trying to figure out all of my favorites. See, okay, I like Can I, but I hate that on this album Tory Lanez is the feature because I cannot stand him. So whenever Tory Lanez part comes up, I just, go ahead and skip over to Bad News because I just can't do it. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Every vinyl collector has to have this in their collection. Like, it is an unspoken rule. You will have to have this album in your collection for your collection to even be considered a collection. You can have like 1,000 albums, but if you don't have this one, are you really a vinyl collector? Lauryn Hill was the one who first introduced me to women in rap in general, and I feel like she really made me love it and appreciate it. And then of course, Nicki came along, and it's just been great ever since. Lip Gloss by Lil Mama, it's just the single. So the one side has, the one with the words, and the second side has karaoke version. Moving on to the M's, we have Mariah Carey, Emotions. Now, I remember in my last vinyl collection, I was like, I think I'm gonna sell this one, and I still do think I'm gonna sell this one. So if you want it, just hit me up. And because I completely forgot that I even said that, and so I have not listened to this album, y'all. I have not played it. I have not. So again, if you would like this, DM me on Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram in the description box, and I'm gonna put it at the end of this video. So if you want this album, let me know. And then in the M's, we have, this is Marvin Gaye's #1 hits. I got this from Target, as you can see, because, Target has this type of pressing all the time, or the type of cover, I mean. But yeah, this has all of Marvin Gaye's hits. Marvin Gaye, a talent that went too soon. It was just so sad for a lot of artists. But again, I have this album here. I love it so much. Pink Friday by Nicki Minaj. I love this album so much. Every song on here is a banger. This is what really introduced all of us, and Nicki to the mainstream world. So how could you not love this album? How could you not adore this album? It's amazing, and it's a pink pressing. And then in the ends, I got this from Target as well. It is a Now That's What I Call Music 2000s hip hop edition. I absolutely love this so much, and it's so crazy that they have the Now That's What They Call Music, because I remember seeing those like commercials on TV. I didn't even know they had them in vinyls. Like, I knew they had them in CDs, but I did not know they had them in vinyl. So that's a great thing to notice. I will be looking for more of these soon. Going to the O's, we have Olivia Rodrigo here. This is Sour. This is the Target edition. I got this for Christmas as well. Highly recommend you buy one of these. I really like this edition because it also comes with a poster as well. My poster is like in my closet somewhere. I do need to get it out and put it here on my poster wall, but I'll get to that eventually. But yes, this is Sour, Olivia Rodrigo. Going to the P's, first we have Riot, which is Paramore. This was, one of their first albums. I love this album. So good. Every song on here. This has the hit Misery Business. This has Crush, Crush, Crush. So this has the songs that, for most part, all of the emo kids, from like 2009, y'all know this. Then I have After Laughter, which is Paramore's most recent album. And Paramore's going on tour, y'all. Paramore's going on tour. Definitely gonna have to buy a ticket, and I'm gonna have to go because I cannot miss the opportunity to see Paramore live. Love this album so much. I got this in Louisiana, and I'm just so excited to have this a part of my collection. It is just such a pretty album anyways, and I love how versatile Paramore is in general. So this album really hit the spot for me. Next, I have Rex Orange County. This is one that I got when I got my Positions album. Love this album so much. It's such a good album, and I just love Rex Orange County in general. But you want to know one thing? I have not listened to his most recent album, which I need to do because it has been quite a while and I have not listened to that album. So I need to do that. I'm glad I just remembered that. Going on to the S's, we have Sade. Love this album so much. Grew up listening to it. This has her hits on it, of course. Good Day single by SZA. I got this. I got this at Barnes & Noble. I was trying to figure out where I got it. I got this at Barnes & Noble's, and it's such an amazing song in general to where I just knew I had to cop this. But I have not been able to get Control yet. I want to buy that in person because I do not want to pay crazy shipping fees for it. And then we have Tupac. This is his greatest hits. Well, actually, this is part 1 to his greatest hits. And then there's a part 2, which is like a silver edition. I still need to get that one. When I was at Target, they only had this edition. So I'm going to have to go do a little bit of searching so I can find the silver edition as well. Now, moving on to the last 2 in my collection. We have Starboy by The Weeknd. And this album is my favorite The Weeknd album. I know you're going to call me a local or say that I am just, listening to the same, popular hits. I don't care. I do not care. This album is great. It is very great and good, and highly recommend you listen to it or you buy it. And lastly, we have Whitney Houston. I got this one from a local record shop. They had a lot of vintage albums there, and I was able to get this one. All right, everybody, that was my record collection. I don't know how much all of this probably equals out to. What do you think this equals out to? Because I have no idea. If I ever decided, which I highly doubt I'll ever do, but if I ever decided to sell my record collection, how much do you think I could sell it for? Let me know down in the comment section below. Do you have a vinyl collection? If you do, what albums do you have? Did you like any of the albums that I have? Did you hate any other albums that I had? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the bell notification so you know every time that I upload. Also, follow me on all of my socials. They're going to be down here somewhere. And while you're there, if you want to, go ahead and buy that Mariah Carey album, let me know. DM me and we can talk about it and let's negotiate something. Please stay safe. Please get vaccinated and do everything you can to stay safe out here in these weird times. And save money for gas. Peace.